Disclaimer. This video, like all videos featured on this channel, is definitely intended for mature audiences. This video is likely to contain profane language. Content is inappropriate for minors. Video is not for kids.
Welcome to the Dr. Greenthumb Show. Lord of mercy.
Some peoples, I'm not going to say who, tell me that I need help. And they're right. I need lots of it. It's a Dr. Greenthumb show right here on BREALTV, YouTube, Twitch, Discord, and BREAL.tv. Hello. Salute to all y'all. Yes, we made it. We made it through yesterday. If you watch yesterday's show, you know that we were on one. Literally. On one. No, we'll talk about that though. To my right, the legendary hitman Julio G in the building.
I'm in the house. Boom, 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 boom. Got the double joints. You know what I mean?
Double jointed?
Yep, double jointed, brother. Funky field tips, baby.
That's right. Also at the legend table, Psycho Les.
Salute. Cheers. Happy Tuesday.
Word.
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. And we got tacos today.
Yep.
Mr. Bartz is here today.
What?
That's right.
Oh, no.
Brisket King. Toy King. He's a king of a lot of things.
Bro. He's a king.
And so he, we were talking about Taco Tuesday last week, and he's coming through with tacos.
Yeah, it is.
Because we said we should celebrate Taco Tuesday on Tuesdays and have tacos.
For sure.
So that
As you should, bro.
as we should. Up in the Treehouse crew, Bolton Blombo, Bra, and the Dominator.
Shout out to the homie Julio G for stopping through.
Yeah, I made it, baby.
He's he's co-hosting. There's no stopping through.
He's
bro.
big and back.
He's big in it. You got to get him the little piece in the intro. You know what I'm saying?
I shot it last week. It'll be coming up soon, everybody.
That's right. Javi
Thank you,
Lopez.
Thank you, Javi.
Javi Lopez on the one.
Yes.
All right, and it's a strong Tuesday, so the strong one is here.
What's up, everybody?
Steph Torrens and Mr. DJC minus the Good Light is here with us.
What up, everyone?
How you doing?
I'm good.
So bad.
We're gonna call him the Giggler because he was giggly yesterday, bro.
I missed it yesterday. What'd I miss?
Okay, so our bro Egg Toppy knows that I've been wanting microdoses for a long time. I've asked D-Zone, I've asked Cali Blaze, anyone here sitting at this table, including up in the treehouse or in the building, can verify and validate that I had been asking for microdoses for a long time.
Edibles?
No, mushrooms.
Oh, mushrooms. Oh.
Right? So
Ooh.
so no one was answering the call until Egg Toppy came through, and he brought me some microdoses that were like 0.4. And I tried those, and those were good. They were like the body, feeling and all that stuff. But he brought another batch that, we were starting the show. Before we came to camera block, meaning, set the cameras, the lights, to everybody sitting at the table, I said, yo, I looked at my desk and I saw the package. It was screaming to me. It was like, be real. Take me. I could hear it. It was like a whisper. You know what I mean? And I looked at the package and I'm like, I know what I'm supposed to do. And I proposed to all the guys. I said, who wants to microdose before the show? And then I said, same team.
Same team.
Ooh.
And everybody answered the call except for Aton.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, yes, that part you owe for that. We all took the microdose, and it was more than a microdose. It was a moderation dose, like it was higher. You know, the ones we did were like 0.4 early. You know,
Warm up.
yeah, the ones we did yesterday were 0.5, 0.6 or something like that. And we definitely felt it. And like it was one of the most hilarious shows. Bobo couldn't keep his ish together. He cried like 9 times.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to make Bobo cry.
Wait a minute. I did pop in from time to time. Then yesterday, I did see some. I no wonder Bobo was really like cracking up.
Yeah.
But I caught it by piece. I was kind of in and out of my garage. I gotta watch it now. I have to watch this.
Oh man, it is one of our funniest shows.
I have to watch this now. I'm gonna watch when I get home tonight.
C- was trying to keep it together. Callie Blaze. Every time he looked at Callie Blaze,
Yeah.
he couldn't keep it together.
That's hilarious.
I was seeing all these lights change colors. I was like, it looked like for like all these lights were giving off these auras of like, if I saw that green, that light was automatically like had a green like tint to it, or the blue, you know. And so it kept changing these colors. And I kept, you guys watching all this changing? They're like, no. I was like,
Oh wow.
We're like, what are you seeing?
yeah. I was like, dude, I'm just sitting. How you doing? See, I'm just watching the Kiss light show over here. You know, just like it's just all happening. And I'm just like, all right, cool. I'm the only one, I
That
guess.
sounds crazy, man.
Here we are.
Yeah, Bobo was that. We were like, I kept asking him, did you take 2?
Bobo would do that.
Dude.
He was off one.
Yeah, we could not stop.
Yeah, it was good.
That's
it was
crazy.
good, and you know, it's something we had talked about doing for a long time, right? And even these folks had asked for it, and so finally, you know, I had enough for all of us to have, with the exception of Dom and Bolton. I had some stashed away, but like, you know, they would have had to have found it to like, and then figure out the portion size, because those ones are a ramp up in comparison to what we took yesterday. But the ones we took yesterday, they hit perfectly. Like it was.
Oh, okay, so that's my next question. So how was the balance? Was it was too much or
no?
no?
No. It was just right, bro. Like just right. Like, because, you know, the other ones I felt them, but they weren't as like I'm not gonna say these were strong, but they were stronger.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like they hit perfectly. And I used to like to dump on doing it like by eating the chocolate. I'd rather have the gel cap version. You know what I mean?
That was my next question. So how does it come and what does it come in?
It came in like a chocolate bar, right? Ooh. It tasted good. Like I thought, like, how's this gonna taste? It's probably gonna be too rich. It's not gonna taste good. Nah. Whatever people he went to, whatever brand he brought us for that particular thing, on the one, I would do it again for sure. Yeah. I would now venture off and try that hero bar. You know what I mean? Just because I know, like, Callie Blaze, like he's like swears by that in terms of flavor. And I'm a stickler for chocolate, man. Like, you know, I can't just eat any chocolate because sometimes it's too rich and too sugary and too sweet. But like, those ones were on the one. I would do those again.
Yeah, man.
And how long how long were you on this ride though?
I think we were on it for like 2-3 hours.
Really? The whole show?
Yeah.
After the show, when you walked off?
We started at 150, Julio. Like, Jeezy, we started at 150, right? We popped them at 150, exactly. Yeah. Right? It started hitting us like about 15, 20 minutes later. And because I started out, when I felt it, I asked them, right? And then we wrote it out. And it seemed like the show was going like this, man. It was like, before you knew it, we were at like the 140, the 245 mark. We're like, damn, this went fast. And then in the last 15 minutes, it felt like it was an hour.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, this is going slow now. But I decided that after, like, we don't mix on Mondays, you know, our mixes are on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Fridays, right? But I was on one and I felt like, you know what? I'm going to try mixing.
I'm going to the whole ride. Let me take this whole ride.
Yeah, I'm going to take this whole ride. And so I had a moderation dose mix yesterday popping off. And, I did it without any, like, I didn't have the mindset to do it. I just sort of did it. But I think that if I had done it today, right, like today's a mixed day and my mind knows that it's a mixed day and I'm prepped in my head for, I'm jumping on the turntables today. I'm gonna go set up my deal like I normally do. I think I would have put in something real solid, like in comparison to what I did. I think what I did was cool. I don't know how to gauge it because
Yeah,
I was
you're on that ride. Yeah.
yeah, I was on that ride. So however people received it, I don't know. I couldn't see the screen, but it was cool. I felt like, okay, if I harness this could be dope. Like, cause I just went, balls out, like not having any plan on it.
Yeah, just DJing.
What I had planned to spin wasn't nowhere where I was looking. So I had to I had to just acclimate to the folder that was in front of me because I was like, oh, it's gonna start.
Oh man,
and
that's scary.
But I made a good run of it. It's just I think if I was in the mindset that I would be today, normally like something that you're gonna do, you tackle it a little bit different. And I thought so. I figure like one of these Fridays when we're gonna do a mix, we're all gonna pop it off. And
C-, you think you could ever rock a show on mushrooms, like doing a set for a rapper?
If I rehearsed
He said, "Bring it."
Yeah, if I rehearsed enough, yeah, absolutely.
I think
That's scary to me. I couldn't do that.
I think once you have something so far deeply like innate, like you've done it so many times, it's like second nature. You could pull it off because it's imprinted in the back of your mind already, and like you've already gone through whatever it is, whether you're playing drums, whether you're DJing, playing guitar, or even mic work. I think it's so embedded in your brain, and at that point when you're on, like, let's say mushrooms or LSD, you can access it in ways that you can't when you're not, when your brain is not activated on this level. Because like we got through shows.
I was going to ask you, you've done shows on mushrooms, correct?
Yeah, on acid too.
Ooh, but let me ask you, like, are you paying attention to the crowd, or are you like in your own world while are you on that trip, or does the crowd even mean anything? Or
I'm going automatically. My subconscious is maybe observing and all that, but I'm going, like my spirit is doing the work while my subconscious is tripping out on everything in front of me, if that makes sense.
Psycho, what about you? You ever tripped on anything on stage like that?
I mean, we did some shrooms and back in the days on the bus and shit. But there it goes. But
Hey,
I was thinking about C- when you were saying you DJ and get twisted, and I was like, I mean, even if you know the routine, like over the years, it's like as a DJ, it's good to be like just on point because you're in charge of the music, so it's like anything could happen, you gotta be
anything.
Hey, how about Mixmaster Mike and his squad, right?
Scratch
Pickles battled, who was it? The Executioners?
The X-Men?
The X-Men, sorry. Yeah. They battled the X-Men. They were all on acid or mushrooms.
Really?
They were all frying, bro.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Imagine as like you're peaking and you're scratching and coming up with these crazy ass sounds. I think like it's like
Another world.
a whole other world.
Man.
And then if you can remember any of that, or if somebody plays it back to you.
So that means that they have practiced on acid. That's why. So they practiced on it. So that's the next level of like being able to, you know what I mean?
Being able to tap in.
open up different things, different sounds.
Because look, you got to give those guys the credit of like whatever the mix masters, like the 1580 KD mix masters took the level to a scratching, it was at one level. But you always have to give those guys, Cubert and them, they just took kind of our clicker trip and took it to this whole other level. That's really just a whole other space that I don't think any of us as the mix masters ever thought about it getting to on a level. Sometimes when I watch these kids with the fader, and I remember when we were young, it was so difficult.
Yeah.
Those faders, like to do what Jazzy Jeff was doing, to transform on a fader.
Yeah.
But to see kids do it today at such preciseness, you know what I mean? I give those guys the credit because that reminds me of Qbert and Mike and their technique, Shortcut. I mean, all those guys, bro.
Yeah, man.
I salute those guys. I love their scratch styles.
The crazy thing about Qbert and Shortcut and D Styles and Apollo, all those cats, is that they cut these rhythms that are just, you're like, yo, where are you hearing this from?
This is impossible.
Yeah, like or just like
How did you do this?
Yeah, how does that?
Why would you think of doing that with the record and making that sound with one finger? I would have never thought of that. Like,
Yep.
so that's why I salute that. They'll do shit that I'm like, wow, why didn't I do that when I was 17?
Yeah, some of the stuff they came up with in terms of like technique on scratches. Like when I watch Mike do some of the stuff, like I don't, obviously I don't get to see the other homie like rock personally, but I've seen Mike like through our shows, through his warm-ups and him coming and rocking here, and even Qbert, who's we've seen. I mean, those two dudes, like the level of different style of executing scratches and cuts is just way different. Even Lord comes from that school. I don't know if he's ever done any psychedelics, while practicing or doing shows, but those dudes definitely have, and they've unlocked something way different.
For sure. That's for sure. Those guys are like aliens, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I always
Straight
say
up,
that.
bro.
True that.
They're not
Hubert,
from
I think
here.
of like him like that. Like he's an alien. He taps into something totally.
They're communicating.
Dude, let me tell you about this one time. I may have told this story before, but there was one time I was in this band and we went and opened for Qbert in France. We went some. I think it was either Lyon, or it was another city. And when Qbert walked up, the whole time I seen him at this gig, he had a spare fader in his hand, and he was just, as he's talking to you like this, he's doing patterns in his head. And he's just forever like, hey man, what's going on? Hey, so he's having regular conversation, but he's got this fader in his hand, and it's just constantly just like he's just doing stuff, and you could kind of hear. And I was like, yo, I go, do you do this every day? He goes, yeah, this is
muscle memory.
Yep.
yeah, this is what I do.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, it was the dedication, the commitment to that, because he would put it down for a minute, but
I'll tell you what, like Jimi Hendrix and the Doors and all those dudes were doing psychedelics on stage, and they knew their songs and they would play them, even though they were faded out. They would just add a little extra splash to them that wasn't necessarily there on the recording of it, and they would just add little pieces. You know what I mean? And that's the difference. I mean, again, it's muscle memory. So if you've played a song long enough, if you don't know the song, chances are you're probably going to forget it. But if you've played it many, many, many times, even like let's just say your cut routine, right? Like you've done that so many times, right? Throughout your career, that like if you did get on some mushrooms,
I could do it. Muscle memory.
you would do it, and you would probably unlock something that you didn't see in it before. That you'd be, I could add this, because your mind is open in a different way at that point. With doing vocals, it's not very like, we don't get that. It's just like feeling it, watching it, and we're doing it. We might add something, but it's not a big trick.
I've always kind of like looked at the scratching thing like what Steftone does, like a guitar player, right? Because you're basically doing two things, and you're making these sounds with one thing on one hand here, and what you're coming up with here. But it's just like if they threw you solo, right? So then you go, and it's kind of like you know what it is. You don't want to fuck it up, right? Because you're like, that's the whole thing. How far can you jump that wave and then go?
Yeah.
But I like Q. But I was gonna say, what I always tripped off him is he can kill people with no fader in one hand. I've seen him scratch that good. Just put his hand behind his back and just make patterns just without touching a fader, man. That guy's another level.
then I saw him do that with Rock the Bells, right? He rocked up, and it just the movement in the one hand. It's like, yo, it's the craziest thing you've ever heard, and it sounds like he has a fader. He's using the fader, but he's not.
When you think about it, the turntable is an instrument.
Yeah.
It doesn't just play a record; it plays sounds, and you can manipulate the sounds. And the DJ is like a guitar player, on those turntables with that fader and that mixer. You know what I mean? Because it's incredible what some of these
And he
dudes
could be
do.
the drummer too at the same time, hitting a beat.
Yeah.
That's the thing about DJing. You
Absolutely.
can do a little different trips with, especially now with the mixers today. You know what I mean? So it's another level.
It used to just play records,
Yeah.
but now you could totally with the stuff that some of these guys are doing, with a lot of these cats are doing. There are some badass DJs out there. They are doing some incredible things, and Unfortunately, in hip hop, they sort of phased or this new rap style. They sort of phased the DJ out, and you don't hear
No.
any contribution from the DJ. And to me,
At all.
that's whack.
Yeah,
That's the one that's like a
At
lost
all.
art form.
Yeah.
It's a lost art form. How do you like take the DJ out of the scenario? The DJ breaks your record for one.
Yeah.
But number two, it's also dope when you have those little pieces, when you got the right DJ who can cut and do all the
Yeah.
man.
He'll bring some liveness to your show. Definitely.
Yeah. And then if you're cutting that live, oh, people eat that up, man, because it's like it's an art form.
And sometimes you need the DJ to back you up on certain things because you need a little time to breathe. You've been out there rapping. You need somebody to take over and say something during a certain part. Give you a little time to breathe and some kind of bring something, a different voice up there and flip it for you. You know what I mean? And work with you. That's why certain artists. I think the kids today don't really pay attention to that anymore like that, like we used to in detail. But we come from that school where it was a little more to the stage show. The stage show was very important.
That's why we keep it alive, though. We show people the aspect of the DJ and how important that is and how skillful
Hell yeah.
DJs are. Like, we celebrate that, man. It's like there's no way, because that's all a part of the game. Well, at least when we came in, whatever it is now, it is now. But like,
And what's dope is that there's all kind of DJs too.
Yeah.
There's like, you got the trick DJs, you got the guys that just blend, guys that just play records, or guys that just push buttons. They don't even scratch, or, it's crazy.
My thing is like, what's gonna happen with AI coming in? You know what I mean? Because a lot of that has become. When I see a lot of it, sometimes I think people watching from the outside, it looks way more complicated than it is. But it's just technology that's really done everything up for you. If you're a person that does technology and you're not afraid of it, then you'll be able to flip and manipulate situations to make it look like, oh my God, bro, the guy's like super. You know what I mean? But it's just doing double back, same thing we was doing, but with a. But it's now I look at it like, what's gonna happen when it's pretty much okay? They don't need a DJ no more. They got AI now. They could just go to the club and mix all the songs that you all have on your phones, and they mix them together with what you call it.
Yeah, but who wants to live in that perfect world? Like, I don't care. I want to hear the DJ needle jump or something.
And that's what I was gonna say too. Is that will bring you back to where you're talking about the experience. The enhanced experience when you are in that kind of zone, you're gonna something about it unlocks you. It gives you a new vision. Really, like I know, like the first time I had mushrooms, I was playing pool one night at a bar, and you know how everybody puts their quarter up to get in line on the game, right? So when I started this game, the bar was empty. It was just me and a couple people in there, and we was playing the game. Nobody was there, but I had already been in the zone, and I started seeing shots on the table that I would have never seen before. Like,
wow.
Like I'm taking 2 and 3 bank shots on the reg just through this game. And what made it really wild for me was that, like, I would tell whoever I was playing that night, I was breaking it down. Like, I'm gonna do this to right here, and then it's gonna do this. And then I'm walking around. The bar is starting to fill up with people, and I'm telling other people too. I'm walking around. I'm like fully like just making it a show. Anyway, I never finished that game because I spent too much time talking about my shots to some people, and the line of quarters had filled up. They wasn't waiting for me to finish this game off that night, but I was lighting it up when I was.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
So your experience can elevate.
I've never done shrooms. That's why I would like to hear what people talk about it to kind of understand it. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done it a lot, but yeah, it will elevate you.
Let me ask you, why are people into doing it now, like, and looking at it on a medicinal level? What is the medicinal side of why people want to take certain doses of mushrooms?
They're finding that it helps with certain things. If you're doing it with also a therapist and like a guide, like it can rewire the way you think and the way you function, like from ailments to anxieties to migraine headaches to anything like that. They're finding that people could be treated through microdoses and even through macro dose, but like with the guide, like helping you connect the wires.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of therapists and people in that sort of part of medicine are looking more into the
Are pushing
psilocybin.
for that.
Yeah,
That's what I've been reading more about it. That people are pushing to,
like
because they made a bad name for mushrooms. You know what I mean?
yeah, like people with depression.
Yeah, that's what
right?
I've seen
That-
about depression.
There a lot of people that suffer from depression and they don't want to use the pharmaceuticals and stuff like that.
Yesterday's episode is the perfect example. Everybody was in great mood.
Yep.
Smiles were all around.
Yep. Cali Blaze.
You know? Yeah, Cali Blaze was he couldn't stop smiling.
Giggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
His,
though, man,
his
'cause
face
we
hurts.
need more of that.
His face hurts today because he was smiling so much. Bobo, I would imagine his face is sore. You can't even touch his face. It's probably like, oh, don't touch my face.
I think one of the things is I found out with because at first the first time I ever took mushrooms, I took it to trip. You know what I mean? To like, yeah, I want to see all the things. I want to laugh. I want to
Yeah,
see.
same here.
I want to see the walls move like water, right? And that I did, you know. But I think that when E-Zone talked about it, he was like, yeah, you know, when that first, it was like a couple years back, he's like talking about how microdose could help depression. And I had been in a funk for like a couple days, and I came and he gave me a microdose. He goes, here, take this. And sure enough, dude, my frown turned upside down. Like I just all of a sudden got in a really better mood, you know, and I felt better. And I was like, oh, this really works.
Oh yeah, like there was
cool.
There was a show. Cali Blaze came in. He did microdose just above it. He was in moderation, like we were yesterday, maybe slightly above that, and you could see, like his face was like totally changed. I mean, he had the smile the size of California on his face, and you don't normally see that. And you know, it just goes to show, man. Like you cannot, you would have to be around assholes to be in a bad to be in a bad mood. You know what I mean? Someone has to put you there.
Yeah.
Because realistically, the feeling that you get, you don't want to be in this vibe. You want to be in a good vibe.
Yeah. It's like you feel this smile inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like you instantly go from feeling like crap to just like, oh,
That's
you
good,
feel like,
man. I'm
cool.
glad for people because I know a lot of people don't want to be taking medications for depression.
If you
I wanna see that
if you
work.
go too far though, right? Let's just say you got issues and you go too far.
Yeah.
And you don't have that guide with you,
Don't do that.
you're gonna fall into those issues like deep.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And it could be a bumpy ride. So, like, you know, stick to the microdose or the moderation dose
Mm-hmm.
so that you feel that euphoric and that happiness, that, you know, like that good energy rolling through your body, right? The minute you try to take more than that and you're dealing with some things that you're not talking to people about, that's gonna come out.
Is it one of those feelings like, like, damn, I forgot how to feel happy, or like you feel and you're like, damn, man, I realize I haven't been happy, man. This is who I am. Or I'm just trying to understand because I've never done mushrooms. So, is it like that happy feeling?
Yeah, it
Like-
gives you a
it's like
better
all things.
outlook.
Yeah, I felt more positive on it. When I was getting ready to go in a downward spiral of kind of just being in a negative kind of mood and feeling kind of like crappy, like it was able to reroute my direction and not go down the hole. So I was able to kind of go, you know what, whatever, man. I feel pretty good right now.
That's dope.
They were feeling great because they were on a reasonable dose.
Yeah, that's
Now,
dope.
if you're gonna go in strong,
Yeah.
you could have an episode.
Right, that's what. No, I understand what you're saying. You're gonna
Yeah.
tap into some emotion you don't
And-
want to tap into,
and-
and it's gonna be a bad experience.
That's why if you're gonna start, like if you're curious, it's better to go with a micro or moderate dose. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And then, you know, you could like feel it out, like the beginnings before it actually really hits you, you know what I mean? And say, can you deal with that? Because it feels good. Some people, even though they feel good, they're uncomfortable with it because it feels good. You know, you're in a different place.
And much like a plane ride from LA to New York, you can't get off once the plane's in motion.
Wow.
You're in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's good to be around the right people and everybody's spirits
It's
up
good energy.
Yeah.
you're
than,
right.
than to be around.
I think it's good to be outdoors.
Well, it's not just that. You can be anywhere, but
don't wanna be around booth.
whoever you're around, it's got to be good energy. It can't be someone being an
booth.
asshole.
Yeah.
course.
Absolutely, because when you do it for the first time and you're with someone that's going to guide you, you'll have these feelings. You'll be like, "Oh my god, I feel this," and be like, "Yeah, that's it." And then you can actually, like, if you're around people you trust and and want to be around, you know, you can actually, it enhances everything, and you start to feel way more comfortable with the high, and you let it set in, and then you're like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is cool.
Let me ask this question: Could mushrooms make boof people less boof or no boof?
No.
Can I fix them?
I don't know.
I don't think so. But it's all about the vibe. Because I think you can actually read people when you're on mushrooms, like who's got a good vibe and who doesn't.
Yes.
Like you'll feel it. It's like a wave that comes at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone that's got dark energy, you know it.
Yeah.
Right when they come in the fucking damn it.
No, you're safe.
No, you're good.
Right when they come in the fucking building, you'll know it. Like you'll feel it.
No, you
There's
don't want that.
no way to avoid that.
That's a bad feeling.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think you could suss it out. Cause I remember being shroomed out with Skate Master Tate, rest in peace.
Oh,
He was throwing a party for Kid Frost, right? And I was helping him with the crates, you know, like helping him pick the music for the crates. I mean, he had every goddamn record you could possibly have, but I was helping him pick the right records for that particular party, right? And you know, he had mushrooms, and he was like, you know, let's do some shrooms before we do the deal. I wasn't DJing. He would not allow me to DJ. I was still like, you know, up under, and I had to carry the crates in this business, right? So he was gonna DJ, and that was probably best because we took enough shrooms to really trip out. But you know, I was feeling good vibes. You know what I mean? We're waiting for Frost and all the homies to come through. Like, it's going to be a great night. And one dude rolls in the building. And he rolls with some of our friends, our mutual friends. And you know the dude I'm talking about. I ain't going to say his name here, but you know who I'm talking about. He's notorious. Little bastard. Walked in the building. And my vibe just went, I focused in on him, and my good time went away for a minute. Wow. I was like totally like concentrated on like this guy's dark ass energy came in the room. And it took someone to snap me out of it. I snapped out of it, but it took someone to snap me the hell out of it. And yeah, I'll never forget it. Like, you could totally zero in on someone's negative ass energy.
So you basically go like into like other parts of your brain you don't use. You're saying in a sense, and you're kind of your senses are more.
Yeah, you might be a little more keen.
Oh yeah,
to like
you'll catch it.
Oh, okay. You know, your energy perceptors are way at an all-time high. So if you can tell someone's got
and I have
energy.
And I have to say, dude didn't have any ill will towards me.
Yeah.
Like at all. But his reputation and the whole deal made him a dude that, you know, like everybody was like, oh, there goes that dude.
Yeah.
Right. And I knew him. I had encounters with him, but I didn't have anything against him. But like when I was shrooming and I saw him come in the room, just the whole vibe changed.
Mm-hmm. Yo, let me ask you, how's shrooming and driving?
That's crazy. I only did it once.
Wow.
Why would you do that?
Damn, be real, you did that, huh?
It's different.
I did that once.
I was telling this. We were telling this story last week, Julio. We started shrooming on Cypress Ave, and the Azalea Festival was popping off. And you know they do a lowrider car show there, right? So we popped the shrooms, and we wait about 20, 30 minutes, and boom, it starts hitting. And me and Slick are driving together in my blue Seville. Right? It felt like we were floating, bro, and I got mad paranoid. I saw some Southgates coming this way as we're going that way, and it's two Mexicans in a Cadillac.
Oh.
Or for better purposes, for Bolton's sake, a Badillac. It's two Mexicans in a Badillac rolling, you know, on Firestone Boulevard. So they don't even see us, but my mind is, oh, shit.
Automatic.
Don't look at me. Don't look at them. Don't look at me. Why are you looking at me? I'm like, and Slick is just like smiling, like looking at me like all crazy. I'm like tripping out. Somehow we made it to the park, safely, and then we rolled in. And we see sheriffs and their dogs. We were like tripping. But once we got past it, it was all good because then we were tripping off the cars.
Hey, B-Roll, speaking on that, it's like, don't you think it was different times back then when you're dealing with the cops and today?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like back then when you would see the cop, you'd be like, "Oh man, don't make a move."
Yeah,
I remember
don't
I got pulled over one day because my homie, the cop was coming this way, and my homie, he just reached down under the seat, just not even to hide nothing. He's just a regular square dude. He just was putting something under the seat,
Right.
I go, "Oh," he goes, "What?" I go, "Man, they gonna pull us over, man." Why? Man, you shouldn't have made that move. And just when I said that, boom, they U-turned on us. Boom, pulled us over. I said, "I told you, dude."
Yep, you know that.
Back
stuff
then it was
gonna
like that.
happen,
Like
too.
it's a lot different now. Like you see a cop down there, whatever, dog. Back then it was like if you see you're beat off.
That's
panicking.
real.
It was
That's how it
different
was.
times back then, bro. Different, totally. Especially Southgate when they had their own PD.
Oh,
Oh
man.
no, that was even worse, bro.
Oh, my God.
Worse. Southgate PD was worse, bro.
I mean, the song Pigs was birthed from
Really, from Southgate PD?
From Southgate PD, yeah.
Wait, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's something I did not know.
I got harassed at that Jack in the Box one night because I looked like a gangster, so they came and gave me the business
Wow, the one on Firestone in
California.
California. Oh,
Or for Bolton's sake,
notorious.
California.
Yeah, notorious for Southgate PD.
Oh yeah, because the police department is right down the street.
Right there, they
City Hall, the whole thing.
Wow.
And so I was there one night, and I had a long coat. I had my khakis on, no Chucks, because I didn't wear Chucks. Fuck Chucks. Let's just say that. Wow. Fucks Chucks. Yeah, I was there, and I probably looked like a gangster to them, and they came and gave me the business, and I got loud on them. Fortunately, I didn't get beat up this night because there was too many witnesses in the Jack in the Box parking lot. But my experience after that was, I was like, man, fuck these dudes, and I always kept that idea in my head till we found the beat.
Wow.
That sparked the idea to especially at that time in hip hop, every good hip hop record had one little nursery style rhyme in it.
True.
Right? But with a flip. Right? Cube did one, Slick Rick did one, a lot of greats did like a nursery rhyme flip, right?
Right. True.
So I thought this little pig. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about Southgate's and then, the history of the police brutality that we see in California and Southern California, all through California, but mainly us. We grow up in Southern California. We see this in our streets. So it was a combination of that moment with Southgate Police Department and all the other things that were happening in Los Angeles at that time with the LAPD and the rest.
What a trip. I did not know that, Bureau, this whole time that was about Southgate PD.
I got thrown on the hood of the car.
Why?
You guys
got thrown on the hood of the hot car.
Yeah.
Like in front of everybody in that Jack in the Crack, right? And I told him, I said, man, if you didn't have that badge and gun on you, I'd beat your ass right here in this parking lot. And, fortunately, man, I said, you see what he's doing? I was yelling to the motherfuckers.
No cameras back then either.
Yeah,
so you had to have eyewitnesses, bro.
I was like,
some solid eyewitnesses because no cameras.
I was like, you see what he's doing? I was on the fucking phone, just screaming so they could hear. And then it drew so much attention that the watch commander had to come out. And I had words with him, but he was cool with me. So I calmed down and he made the cocksucker apologize to me for harassing me like that. But still, the disdain and the bad taste was in the mouth, so I had to write the song based on that piece of trash.
And Southgate didn't play, bro.
They did not play, especially if you were Mexican or black.
Downey, Southgate, they were not having it, bro.
If you were Mexican or black and looked like a gangbanger in
it was
Southgate, they had it out for
and they knew
you.
who you were. They
Hell
just
yeah.
knew who you were. They were really on that. You know what I mean? This was crazy, man.
Yeah, that was my experience. So that's where Pigs came from.
Wow, that's crazy.
Is the officer's name real?
No.
Yeah,
I
I was gonna ask you. You guys never did a video to that song, right?
To Pigs? Did we? No, we never did a video to
I was
Pigs.
thinking
We
that
should
would
have.
have been a nice cartoon.
I actually
Three
wanted to
little
do one last year or the year before that, just because of
It's never too late,
everything.
man.
Yeah.
But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a remix, like a brand new song, same lyrics but like a flip on it.
Oh yeah.
You'll
Hey,
see.
and it's a
what I'm
trip
talking
how cops always walk up to you and want to take a picture with you. They don't have no problem with it. They never.
Because they know
That
I'm
was
not
cool.
talking about them. It's a specific cop that we talk about. That one. You know what I mean? Because there's good cops out there. We all know that. Let's not be under the impression that they're all fucked up, because they're not. That's an unrealistic thing.
For sure.
There's some good cops out there, but there are some pieces of shit.
Oh yeah,
And this song represents those pieces of shit. And if you're not a piece of shit, you ain't gonna take that offensively, because you've
Right.
seen it. We've seen so many cops throughout our
Oh, they al-
career,
they
and
always
you would
come
think
give
the
them-
mean mugging and all this shit, and they come up to us, hey man, I grew up off your shit.
Yeah,
I love it. And will you take a picture?
I've seen that many times. I always trip out.
Yeah.
Like, damn, that's crazy. They just walk right up, like, and they're all cool. It's all
Yeah.
love. There's no problem at all.
Yeah. I mean,
Throw it
like,
off.
I even flipped it, and I did a song on one of the albums. I can't fucking remember which one. For Eye of the Pig.
Yeah.
Through the Eye of the Pig.
Yep.
Like, given that standpoint, like, a cop in his evolution into becoming that pig.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you might have started like with the dream of dreams, like, I'm gonna help my community, I'm gonna like help people and this and that, and then you go through the things that some of those guys go through, and you see some of the shit that they see, and then how they deal with all this, and then how people look at them. You know what I mean? The alcoholism and the rest, the drug addiction that happens, and them dealing with the job like this. Think about it, right? They see and hear way crazier shit than any therapist or psychiatrist does.
Yeah, everyone lies to them all day.
For
Right.
sure.
And they got to
Yeah.
suss that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And LAPDs and city cops, they're not equipped like sheriffs to deal with people the same way. You know what I mean? Like, whereas the sheriffs, they got to sit there in the county jail and do deputy work for 2 years, dealing with guys going and coming from court. Some of them waiting for their sentences. Some of them like getting their sentences rolling off, and dealing with that element off the top, so that when they get in a squad car, they're not intimidated by nobody. It's not scenario-based training, it's hands-on training right there. Whereas the LAPD, they go through an academy, and it's scenario-based training. So they don't like deal with people the same. You can, like, I would say that you could probably intimidate an LAPD cop faster than you could a sheriff.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not all of them, but that is the scenario. Like the cops that came from the military, nah, don't fuck with them.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
Those guys, you don't fuck with them. If they're wearing, but you ain't never gonna know that. So the best thing is don't test them. But that is the difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, like,
I have one motto. It's like, for me, growing up in the hood all my life, I just look at it from real clear. If you don't want no problems, stay out the streets.
stay out the streets.
Don't be a problem.
Okay? If you step out there though, if you step out there and you raise your hand, you can't cry about it, because it's not fair.
That's right.
How
And the
about
cops are not going to be what you think they're going to be, and the way you model them and the way you think, it don't work like that. All them rules are out the window now.
Yep.
So it's like, because I came from Linwood, where they started the what they call the cop gang started from the Vikings. They started in Linwood.
Wow.
I knew some of them because they were dating a girl. One of them dated a girl on my block. So I knew about them, but I seen them do something to one of my homies one day. That's when they turned it up, when they grabbed him and they took him to the Nickerson Gardens
and dropped his
and
ass
dropped
off.
his ass off. This is like, we had never heard of something like that. They had never thought a cop could grab you, beat you down with his partner, throw you in the back, and you think you're going to the jail. He's like, oh no, we're not going to jail. We're gonna drop you off Nickerson Gardens at 2 a.m. Get out. And then my boy got mopped coming out of the Nickerson Gardens, so he got beat up by the cops, got mopped twice coming home, almost got killed, but made it home, all beat down, bro. And we were young. My friend was probably about 16, 17. It wasn't like he was a grown man, bro. He was a youngster, but he was crippin', and he had a big mouth. So I came from that era, so I know how it is. That's why I say
Oh, they will teach you a lesson.
there's no rules. There's no rules.
They will teach you a
Yeah, no
lesson in
rules.
humility in a heartbeat.
Yeah, they're worse now. They're probably worse now. They probably do all kind of stuff. But back then, it was crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
It was crazy.
It's still
So
crazy.
stay out of the streets is my whole thing. My best thing for
Stay out of
people
trouble.
Stay out of trouble, man. You don't need all that. If you stay out of the mix, bro, they ain't gonna bother you. They've never bothered me in my neighborhood.
We're gonna circle it all back around to take some microdoses.
There you
and
go.
Stay out of trouble.
Stay out of trouble and chill out and have a good time, man, and
Yeah.
enjoy your fat self. Stay out of the streets, man.
Because we
know, we're-
we stayed out of trouble yesterday. It was awesome.
Don't want trouble. Don't be trouble.
Hell
Man,
yeah. Hell yeah.
Just saying.
just a JS.
Hey, another thing, B. I was driving down Firestone the other day, and I was coming up on Cypress, and I was like, damn, I just like looked down the block, and I was like, damn, there's so many memories on that street. But man, I gotta ask you, man, what's up with the city of Southgate? Have they ever done anything for Cypress
Nope.
Hill? That's sad to me. I mean,
That-
you
you
guys
know
should get a big situation.
Southgate
For
Park
the-
should be Cypress Hill Park,
It should be.
right?
It really should be. It should be something big because of all the worldwide. No matter where you see Cypress Hill, you see Southgate, California, dog. That's a big deal.
You wanna
put
know-
it in their city.
you
You
know what
I
it
mean?
is?
Like around the world.
You know what it is, Julio? Is like the city council or whoever, right? They don't see the vision, right? They don't have vision in that. It's like, they don't ask us to participate in anything, right? And it's crazy because
It's sad to me to see that because you guys got the star already. You
Yeah.
figured
Yeah.
City of Southgate should have done something big for Cypress Hill.
Yeah,
you
make
hear
a big
that,
deal
City
about
of
it.
Southgate? You hear Julio G?
Yeah, man.
City of
Come on.
Southgate.
that'd have been cool.
Come on!
Come on, man. Talking about 30 years in the game, man. You got to respect that.
Don't
This-
make
this
me
is a
come
big
run
deal.
for mayor and kick
This
y'all
is
in
a
the
big
ass.
deal, man. This is a big deal.
Change the
You
rules.
know?
Hell yeah, something.
I mean, I think the most they asked us to do was be in the Southgate parade and be the grand marshal for their
Oh, you got
Christmas parade one
Nah,
time.
bro.
Like,
you need.
Nah, you got to block off a piece of Tweedy Boulevard or Firestone Boulevard at the corner of Firestone
Yeah.
and Cypress and do something right there. It says Cypress Hill.
Cypress
This is
Hill
the block.
Park.
This is or Cypress Hill Park. There you go.
That's
Hell
right.
yeah.
How's that?
Yeah,
Come on, Southgate, California.
they got
Step
nothing.
up your game, man.
They got nothing. Salute to all the people in Southgate, you know what I'm saying? But, the city, they ain't going to do nothing. They don't got the vision. You got to have vision.
You got to have vision.
Oh, they got vision. It just ain't including that.
Right?
The
That's
vision is other.
1,000. That's 1,000% right there. It's too bad, though.
It is.
It's too bad. Yeah. I always told Sen, or I've suggested to him a couple of times, you should go buy the old house and make it like a monument house. You know what I mean? Go buy the old school
That would be
86, 70 Cypress house
Man, that would be crazy, bro.
and just, like the way Bob Marley has it
oh my God.
up in Jamaica, like this is, nobody lives there. It's like a compound where it's like a museum. Psh, boom, right there. Go
Damn,
remake.
imagine
Go
if you
remake the
Imagine
inside
if
of
you
the
could Go
house.
smoke a joint inside that house. I'm telling you because I grew up there too in my
Yeah.
time. You know what I mean? I know Sendog, rest in peace, his mom's. Their house is just we all were there. This is and they were so nice as parents, man. Now that I'm older, bro. When you get older now, you start looking back and like, damn, they were really patient with us. B-roll, like they were, bro, because we were in and out of their house. Like we almost lived there. Like we were like, it was where we would meet up. Everything was met up at Sendog's house on Cypress. Wow. And the name of the group is called Cypress Hill. You know what I mean? So imagine if you could sit there at their house and smoke a joint. Man, I'd pay for that, bro.
Oh yeah.
I'd pay for that.
Like they
need to
should
do that, man.
remake the house exactly the way it was.
Oh man, bro. Mind blowing.
Yeah.
Turn it into a smoke lounge.
Well, you can't. It's on a residential block. You could sneak it in, but they would not allow that. I don't think.
No fucking
And
way.
then if some asshole, burns something in there, they fuck the whole thing up.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I
that'll
know you're right.
happen. You'll have some drunk motherfucker come in there too tipsy and then do a dab, spill some dabs on something, or burn some shit on the couches.
Usually, like when they have the smoke lounge, like in Europe, they don't serve liquor. alcohol.
Yeah, but you know, we're talking about Southgate, California.
Yeah.
Someone will drink before they go there. Hey, let's go get a few shots in before we go down there.
That'd be tight, man.
You know how they do.
Yeah, I know how we do. So,
Bring it.
but yeah, I think that would be cool. I told Sen like, we should buy that crib, dude.
Yeah, that'd be great,
I
man.
might.
That'd be great.
Whenever they, I'll like just make it nice though, cause like whoever's living in it now made it look real ghetto. Like when Sen's family lived there, Miss Reyes Nieves, rest in peace. She kept that house nice.
Very nice, yeah.
She kept it. She made sure the yard looked nice. It did not look hoodish at all.
Not at all. Not at all.
Now, you could put that block on Watts or that house, not the block.
Yeah.
Just the house.
Different times.
Just different times, yeah. But I'm saying, let's buy it.
Take it back to the old school.
Let's take it. Yeah,
That'd
let's
be great, man.
boom, and once in a while, throw a block party, son.
Pop up in there from time to time.
Yup.
Yep.
Get with the city. Say we're gonna do a Cypress block party right here,
Right
and
there.
annoy the shit out of all the people that live on the block.
Bring it.
And the last thing
Nah,
they
probably
want.
love it, man. They probably love it. You do the right party for the right food, it'll be popping.
Yeah,
It'll be popping.
yeah.
Let's get it, Southgate. Come on.
The dreams. The dreams. Well, you know what's crazy is that they got the Allen Theater, right? And this is the place that everybody used to go to see movies. We saw Crush Groove there. How about that? And it was pretty popping there. Now it's just they don't do shit with it.
They were doing some like punk rock shows there at one point, and then I don't know what's happened to it now. I drive by there from time to time though.
Southgate, give the Allen Theater to us.
Yeah,
Give it
that
to
would be
us.
tight.
We'll make it a dispensary and a concert hall. Let's go. Come on.
Boom, there you go.
First in the country.
There you go.
First in the country, dispensary /
Woo, that'd be
That
dope.
sounds good, man.
concert, not hall, but you know.
They need vision though, be real.
They need vision.
Got to have vision.
I'll tell you what, I'll invite them all down here. We'll take microdoses and talk some business.
There you go.
Let's be happy and open at the same time.
Little city council meeting down here.
Liddy sit, yeah.
Hey, how possible do you think that really is? Like a concert venue where you're allowed to smoke weed.
If the people were running it, real easy.
Bring it.
Well, what would have to happen is that the venue would have to spend on this particular license where you can throw a cannabis event. You know, and if they did that, they could totally, most likely, if they owned the property, or if the owner was totally cool with it, they could probably do that. But
Wow.
I don't think, you know, the insurance that you'd pay would maybe be worth that though, because I would imagine that the insurance company would lean on you. Oh, you're selling cannabis at your. Okay, well, your premium's gonna go up right here for this particular gig, even though they know they're selling alcohol and they don't. It's not like they're taking their head off for alcohol, but if cannabis is involved, they may not even give you the insurance. You know what I mean? But like if you have that cannabis event license, then you could throw it. You might not be able to have alcohol in that venue, but you'll be able to do a concert with cannabis. That's the thing, though. You might sacrifice one for the other.
What's the difference in what they do now though? Because nobody just get high at concerts anyway. Though.
Yeah.
But no, but it would be like, you know, because I mean, you pretty
I
much
guess it's
got-
not legal, but I guess when you go to concerts, everybody's getting high. So
People gonna do what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bring it.
Absolutely.
It's a trip to me how weed got the bad rap over, you know, like alcohol is way more dangerous, I would, in my opinion, you know, and that weed is like this thing that actually helps and has medical benefits where alcohol can take away things from you if you abuse it to, you know.
Yeah.
Trip.
Yeah. I mean, it is what.
I think times
Yeah.
are changing though.
Yeah.
I think people are having a different perception about weed because it's our generation
for
that's grown
sure.
up in it. You know what I mean? So we become adults.
People are much more open.
more open to it today, of
Yeah.
course.
Need your own castle, crocodile-filled moat,
Yep.
tiny little army, and you could have that venue.
That's right.
I think you could do anything through just talking to the right people about
Yeah.
the venue or something. You know? What I mean?
Yeah. Well, here in
Gotta figure it out.
California, you definitely need that event license if you're going to have cannabis, like the presence of cannabis, like on-site consumption and all that stuff. Got to have that.
Yeah, I hope to see it in our, the next 10 years. I think we are gonna hopefully be able to see those pop up sporadically. I mean, it's all, and it's an untraveled road.
See, like we're talking festivals here, right? And in festivals, that's a different game because like you're most likely to see that, right? But in a venue like a theater style venue, like the Will Turn or something like that, right? The Palladium. This is the type of gig we're talking about. Right? Because you don't necessarily see cannabis present like in terms of I could get cannabis right here and then go watch the show. People have cannabis on them going to the show. Right. But in terms of getting it there, you've only ever seen it in a festival style, like a High Times Cannabis Cup or our Cypress Hill Smokeout, where we were doing that before most. In California anyway. But in the theater style, you don't see that, and that's I think what we're talking about,
right.
like having the get down for that part.
Yeah, man.
It'd be great.
It would be awesome.
Yeah, just like you get alcohol, I want to buy a joint.
Yeah, that'd be. I mean,
I want to smoke a joint. Watch the show.
Absolutely.
What's the problem?
Yeah, don't make me have listen.
Right.
If you're gonna take it from me because you like have it in my pocket right here, allow me to buy it from you in here so that I don't have to sneak it.
100.
Right?
Exactly. If you're
that way you don't got to take nobody's weed. Nobody's going to complain like, man, your goddamn security just took my ounce of weed.
What the fuck?
Oh, well, hey, policy's policy. No.
God damn it.
I mean, you know how much a motherfucker spent for that ounce of weed on top of that ticket and whatever the shit you're going to spend there? I mean, let's be fair about it. Anyway,
they ain't on the team.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're not on the same team.
Nope.
They need to be, though.
They need to be.
Telling you. Council meetings with moderation, with moderate doses. All right, look, we're going to take this time to salute sponsor of our show, DoorHash. Let's go. DoorHash is a reliable, discreet, and affordable option for all your delivery needs. Currently serving Northern California and now covering these areas in SoCal, Escondido, San Marcos, Oceanside, Carlsbad, Encinitas, Solana Beach. All taxes included in the price. Quality brands including Insane and DGT products. Real compassion program and a free gift with purchase. DoorHash.
I just want to say back to the city council meetings with moderate doses.
Yes.
If you could literally physically do that, we'd be at a place where we would be immediately solving all the problems.
You're absolutely right.
Yes.
I'm not like
for that to happen.
All meetings.
Yeah. For that just happen one time, it would ensure that every meeting after that would solve every problem. It would continue daily.
Listen, world leaders need to do this when they go for the little meetings, and the UN could use some microdoses.
They need a dose. Huh?
They need some moderate doses, not micro, moderate.
Bring it.
That's what the world needs, man. That's what's going to create the love energy that we need, because people are lacking compassion for another these days, man. And I tell you, it's
so much division, man. It's sad where we've gotten to,
It's horrible. And then you see
annoys me.
People capturing stuff to go viral, right, on another person's on another person's failure, and sometimes they could be helping that person, but instead, I'm capturing this to catch a look.
Right, for sure.
And it's like, that's part of what's wrong. I mean, sure, some of that stuff is funny and all that, but like, that's where the game is right now. That's where life is. Is like people would rather clown someone and act upon like the downfall of that person in clowning with others as opposed to like helping them and holding them up.
Yeah, you're just hurting your team. You're on the same team. You need to elevate.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And everybody goes through their ups and downs. You
Yep.
know? That's life.
Yep.
But I hate to see that too. I hate to see people like enjoy people crashing. It's like,
yeah, man.
It's like, yo, man, like, man, it's like everybody goes to that thing.
Everybody enjoys it.
Yeah, they enjoy it. We're in a different time, man. Different.
Yeah, I'm more into rooting for somebody. Like, man, I hope like.
But we need more positive stuff. That's why I don't enjoy what's going on all the time. It's just so much division and breaking and this and it's just like, yo, bro, like. And then you see your neighbor and it's all good. And it's like, man, you think that when you walked out of here, it's just like this whole trip, but it's not, bro. It's just everybody just trying to work and do their thing and try to live their life as best as they can, you know?
But I'll tell you what, people love to see the crash and burn. Just like someone said in this here insane asylum.
Gotta watch that train wreck.
Yeah, people like to watch the train wreck.
Yeah, for real,
It's,
man.
you know, it's because it's drama. People like drama.
And listen, it's really fun to hate on occasion. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just hate for fun because it's the contradiction of it. You know, you just want to balance it out, you know?
Yeah, balance is important.
Who was the ones back in the days that did that? Who started that whole celebrity, you know, that whole get down? Was it National Enquirer? All those?
Yeah, those were the first.
Those were the first.
Tabloid magazine.
Tabloid.
Magazine. There you
Yes.
go.
National. And what was the other one? The Globe or something that was like.
Well, there was a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah.
Bunch of them. People, the Inquirer.
The Inquirer.
This is pre-TMZ right here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
TMZ on
Before
paper.
This is before internet, guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
man.
what we were coming up on at the store. You be sitting there waiting in line to pay for your food.
Some of the most insane, stupid ass stories that you could see in life existed in these pages.
Hey, the one thing that has to be said for them is they almost never have to retract a story based on it not being true.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they put all that stuff out there for a reason, and you see it, and you're like, that's crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
But they're just telling you.
Yeah. I remember going to the grocery store and seeing that was always like right as you got to the checkout, and it was right there, just front and center. You were like, oh, and you had to read it real quick before you like got all your things on.
Their headlines were what clickbait is
For
today.
sure. Yeah. For sure.
Straight up.
For sure.
This is where clickbait comes from.
Oh, yeah.
This right here.
And it'd be some crazy JFK really alive. And I'm really, damn, bro, for real. Then the next one is like Marilyn Monroe's killer was died. Whoa, for real? Damn, I didn't even open the thing up. I just
I mean, look at this
titles.
one.
It just
look at this
crazy.
one. Hillary Clinton adopts alien baby.
Wow.
Dolphin grows human arms.
Look at that, bro.
Look at snake with human head found in Arkansas.
I mean, this is gold. This is clickbait
Oh my
gold
God, dude.
right
Man, I
here.
go home and say that too. Did you hear about Hillary Clinton, bro?
Fat child.
That child. The cheating photo that ended
His
his
marriage.
marriage.
All
Bezos.
All I'm saying is we're laughing, but these stories are not retracted.
Look at half man, half dog baffles doctors.
This was the internet back
That's
then.
what it for us, bro.
Well,
we
that's
didn't
what
have
I-
it. This was like
That's
You
what
had to
I'm
go to the
saying.
supermarket.
This is the first clickbait. Like,
Yep.
you know, you want people to read the magazine or read the paper, whatever.
Newspaper.
Your headlines had to be everything. And they would exaggerate the fuck out of their headlines.
you remember the TV guys?
TV guy, Joe.
Fat TV guys.
Remember, it was a book. It was a book that they put out every week, and it was to guide you with every hour of what each station was playing at that time, so you can make plan. Oh, this comes on at 4:30.
Yeah, but then it also had the little articles in there too, where you were reading about your favorite shows.
Little commercials.
That's, yeah.
Hey, what time does Starsky and Hutch come on Friday?
Yeah,
With
you
TV
look.
guy.
You look at
Oh, it's
Wednesday.
9 o'clock now. They changed it.
Yeah, they were very descriptive on letting people know, like, when the shows are popping off. Now you could get it on the app and all that stuff. And now they have the guides for you right there, popping it off. But this was, people lived by this shit.
Oh, yeah.
So they didn't miss none of their favorite shows, because if they heard about a show from someone else, oh shit, let me see that show they're talking about.
on the
Boom.
TV
Oh,
guide.
that's when it comes on.
Dude.
And you could see who was in the show too. Like, they would break down like a little description of the show,
bio.
and then the actors that were acting in the show, and the guest stars that might be on this week's particular show. It gave you a lot of fucking information back then.
Well, you can look how immersed we've become since then, because if you think back to then and remember that was new back then, you know, they didn't even have that before. Like our everyday life would be considered by today's standards just completely primitive.
Hey, think about how many people they employed to be able to gather all this information and put it in that book and keep it current every fucking week.
Yeah, they had to be in
Yeah,
touch
dude.
with all
Or
the network.
every month there was a new book, right?
Yep.
And they had to be current.
No, that was weekly.
Or yeah, weekly, yeah.
It was weekly.
That's a trip. Like all that information in a weekly fucking book.
Yeah. And
You know, and they had to keep current on every one of them.
people.
And it was. It
And
wasn't. It wasn't some, all off base stuff. They were
was
on point.
Yeah.
Dude, people had subscriptions to TV Guide. Like it was like something you had to have delivered to your front door in your mailbox
Yep.
to let you know.
I would imagine that there are motherfuckers that got stacks of them.
Stacks, huh?
Stacks of them. Like, I'm going to save these. One day they'll be worth something.
And right next to that stack would be the Reader's Digest.
Right?
Digest, yeah.
Absolutely.
That too,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Fucking Reader's Digest. Yeah, that came hand in hand with the fucking TV guide.
They were always, people always had them in pairs.
You remember Yellow Pages?
Yep.
Yellow
Oh,
Pages.
Like the fattest book ever.
That was the goal, though, bro. You needed something.
Every state, whatever.
Yeah.
For sure.
All the companies battling for all the AAA spots
Yeah.
right at the front of the book.
Or if you just wanted to fuck with people, like just cold dial a number right there. Hey.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, I didn't have the TV guides, but they threw on the TV Guide channel.
Yep.
Ah,
yeah.
yeah.
This was the first idea for all these motherfuckers to have their own guides on
Yep.
on their networks.
They got them now.
And now
Oh, yeah.
everyone's got them. They got their own.
Yeah,
Oh,
we,
man.
we had the TVs with the hanger.
And it's crazy that they set up the guide actually like you would see it in the original TV guide, because that's how some of it would lay out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody read it.
Hell yeah. Look at that.
And I think, too, like growing up, they would even throw up like some music videos in the back. So you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
read and listen to a little music at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Man, they really did.
All this is right.
Yeah,
You know what it's time for. Mm-hmm.
Time is it?
Time to get ill.
Time for submissions. 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 Time for submissions.
All right, we got some good ones today. First one's up. We got Dean Jones up in here with a little can of butter he's making.
Ganabada.
There he is, stoned.
Oh, he's stoned.
Hell yeah.
He lost use of that left eye.
Yeah. Or he's trying to do the rock move and lift that eyebrow.
Yeah.
He's trying to lift it. It's kind of heavy though.
Finger pistols.
Here's the brownies he made.
Oh,
Ooh.
the culprit.
Oh, that looks amazing.
Shout out to Dean Jones all the way from Australia.
Thanks, Dean.
What up, Dean?
Make sure you put a note on those things, man, because somebody will make a mistake.
Day-wrecker.
Good day, mate.
They'll be done, bro.
That's true. Those are potential day wreckers right there.
I like what you've done here.
We caught one of our friends back in the days like that. We put a cake in the fridge, like we were staying in the same crib. The next morning before he went to work, he just ate it, went to work. Yo, he said it hit him like later, like he didn't know what the.
Oh yeah, when it hits you from nowhere and you don't know that you've had it.
And if you're working or something, like
even
like
worse.
doing
Man.
something.
yeah,
And that's the first thing you eat in the morning.
And those were unregulated. Those batches were strong.
Ooh, it just hits you.
yep. Next,
And we got Neo the 1981 up in here with a little bit of spring mix, half avocado, half a cup of blueberries, strawberries, half an apple, and some hard-boiled eggs.
see that spinach under there too.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Them eggs would be good on the side.
Yeah.
He's putting the right fuel in though.
For protein.
Except for that diet Dr. Pepper back there. You can lose that shit right there.
I say you roll it up into a burrito.
Yeah. There you go.
A salad burrito, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Or wrap.
He said the diet
right.
Dr. Pepper got to
Roll it up.
Get that
Wrap.
get that that Dr. Pepper out of here, man. Go get yourself a real one.
Yeah, man. Just get the real.
Because reality, right? The shit when they say there's no sugar, the sugar substitute is actually worse for you than the actual sugar. If you're gonna fuck your system up with the sugar, might as well take the real shit.
Yeah.
And dump that diet.
Bring it.
Or don't do it at all.
Yes.
Excellent.
That would probably be the thing. Just cut Dr. Pepper out, period.
Lil Sweet.
Because realistically, that
You might as well drink a Coke.
I don't drink sodas like that, so I can't tell you to do that. So
They're nice on occasions.
yeah,
On occasion.
on occasion,
A little fizzle.
like maybe once or twice a year, I might sip a Coke.
A little sippy sip.
I'll have a ginger ale with something, but not often.
Some Jameson.
No Mountain Dew.
Jamie,
JMO.
Mountain Dew.
Colton.
I don't drink soda either anymore, but growing up as a kid, I was obsessed with Mountain Dew.
I got a Mountain Dew the other night.
Sort of makes sense.
But I did
Yo,
not
just
drink
just the color of Mountain Dew is crazy.
Lime
Love
green. Like the color of anti-coolant.
it. I love that green.
And we got a Musty Cannabis up in here saying he found snacks the other day.
Getting punked by them blackbirds. Like,
They
stay
must-
away from my nest, fool.
Stay away from the nest.
Get out. Get out.
Attack mode.
Snacks was hungry. He's cracked out trying
Oh.
to get he's cracked out and trying to get food.
You said.
Don't feel bad for snacks, though. They get their food, you know.
Oh, he does.
I was golfing one time, and we saw this mom duck and her little 6 babies, and the little babies were just being babies. They was just following mom, but mom was all just like crouching. Like I was like, what's wrong with her? You know, like out of nowhere, a hawk. Boom! There went a baby. I was like, oh man. Then we tried to help her, but we couldn't because before we even could get her away from where we were at, another hawk rolled in. Boom! Her pack of 6 was 4, like in a 5-minute span. And all I could, and at that point in my life, like a sitting duck was never a real phrase until that moment. Like,
It all made sense.
like when you see that happen, you're like,
Perfect sense.
you know, it just goes flying off with the little baby.
What's a duck to a hawk?
Straight up
I seen
snacks.
You know what I'm saying? Snacks and his homie munchies were on the prowl.
Damn.
And the hawks got to watch their babies because the owls are coming for them.
Terror Squad.
Yeah, it's raw.
It's raw. It's a bird's life.
Bird's
Next.
life is
And
raw.
we got Smokestack Mac up in here saying he's trying to find these Nike Airs.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
With the extra function. Look at that.
Little tray.
Bring it.
I gotta say that's in a
That's
bad
perfect for the
spot.
show.
Yeah,
That's perfect for the show.
yeah, but not
Perfect.
physically practical.
probably not.
Yeah, it depends.
That's them Cali Blaze.
The lifts.
Would you smoke a joint out of somebody's shoe?
Oh, no.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
If it's, no.
That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
Step on
But
shit.
if there's a built-in container,
Oh, you want this sweaty joint?
but I wouldn't even need that. I'm not trying to I don't got to sneak that
What if
shit
you
in.
step
That's
on,
like ass crack stash tube.
Get
It's
this,
a cool concept, though.
get this sweaty joint real quick.
Yo, he stepped on it, B.
you step in a puddle.
You
it's
step
over.
in a puddle.
Oh, yeah. You better be waterproof, son.
Under titty stash.
Ow.
Step in some dog
Say, you
shit.
talk
Dog
about
shit.
titty sweat.
Titty sweat.
The joint's infused with titty sweat.
Oh, if you step in some dog shit,
You could probably sell that.
It's getting all in there.
Ah, it's getting all in the crevice, dude.
It's
All right,
in
and
there.
now we're going too far.
It's a Rizzy.
Next.
And we got Gustavo here from Mexico City. He's saying he's improving on his joint rolling and he wants a rating.
That is a good, that is very good. But let's go to the neck.
Let's start with the not funky tip.
Yeah, that's
funky.
that's a point off. But I'll say this: here at the top of the neck, you got a squeeze point right off top, right here, and then you flare it out just after that, and then you're pretty straight. And then you squeeze over here on the bottom, which puts a little curvature on the top. But I'll tell you what, when you zoom out, that does not look bad right there.
Not bad.
I'll say this, rolling the joints too. The difference between the roll at the neck and at the top is at the neck you have the tip to guide the roll.
Guide you, yeah.
There is no guide at the end of the joint, and most of it, a lot of that stuff falls out by the time you get there. So that's usually some after effect.
Yeah. It's a nice job. I'll give it a 7.
Yeah, that's a
I gave it some props because it's from the FM.
Yeah.
That's a 7 with the -1.
Hence the felonious tip right there.
Yeah.
So if he did have a real funky, it would be an 8?
No, it'd be a solid 7.
It would be a solid 7.
Okay. Shout out to Gustavo.
Hell yeah.
Salute, Gus.
Let's see here. We got Zach up in here, and he's saying, is this legit? What do you guys think? New York City smoke shops are selling contaminated pot.
I believe it.
I believe it.
Shame on them. What's wrong with y'all?
Well, they still got a new system. The minute they got to do the shit like we do here and in Denver and everywhere else, that's like on the metric system, right? Where it all has to come from a licensed place, that place has to show clean results and all that stuff. That's when you're gonna get rid of contaminated products over there. Right now, it's still new, so they still.
How do you think they're gonna deal with?
That story's like razor blades in the apple to me.
How do you think they're gonna deal with just people just opening up a spot everywhere?
Well, they're gonna. Well,
that's why they put that story out. So you just open a spot.
Well, no, look, Manhattan is not that big. They will just have to create a squad to be shutting these places down, to deal with it. But because Manhattan, again, it's not that big. It's out of Manhattan where they're gonna have troubles dealing with that. But it's just like out here, California's so spread out. Motherfuckers popped up 1,000 rogue shops, and they're still dealing with like taking them down. It's like they'll never stop.
That's what I'm saying. That's my thing in New York. So what's gonna happen? The same thing as Cali. Is like I think Cali just ain't got their stuff together. They can't figure it out.
When you get a DA that decides they're gonna really go after it and put resources to it, you'll see the number dwindle down. Until then, it'll just keep happening. Someone's pocket is gonna get filled on the side to look this way on it, and all that until it all gets, put together properly. Then all that shit stops.
You could open up a taco stand with the tent on the sidewalk right now, and then just the bud is like the cilantro for the taco, but you're not putting it on the taco. You're just putting it on the side. Awesome. You bought a taco. You didn't buy the bud.
Right.
That was just
an analogy.
An ingredient.
Yes. All right. Next.
We got George up in here saying, here's some bone marrow on a white plate.
Wow.
That looks good right there.
Bring it.
What are you guys' thoughts on bone marrow?
Bring it.
I would do it.
Looks good.
Why not? I'll try it.
I hear it's really healthy.
Yep.
Yeah, baby.
What do you think, The Strong?
It's nice. I recognize the benefits out of it. I don't know if I would personally consume it.
I would try it. If I liked it, I'd finish it. If I didn't, then I'd be like, thanks.
But it's presented nice. Look at that lemon all wrapped up.
Yeah. It's a great presentation, right?
Excellent.
You ain't gonna get no seeds out of that lemon.
No, man.
No fucking way.
All right.
Alrighty, and next up in here, we got Luis Lamb, and he's saying he's going vegan was one of the best choices he's ever made.
Yeah.
Oh.
Eating that on that green diet.
All right.
Smoke.
So that's an almost burger, almost meat, or what? What's it called? Oh,
Got weed.
I need glasses.
Got some weed right there.
I'm wearing the wrong glasses. I thought that was a patty right there. I'm like, what kind of fucking patty is that? When you zoomed in, I recognized. I was like, okay, I could see it now.
Smoke.
Yes.
Wrap that up.
Yes. Yesterday, that shit was blurry.
No
I was
fucking
like,
way.
is that out of focus?
It was all fuzzy, I bet.
Yeah, I'm good now.
That's what I was gonna say. The one time when we were talking about the driving, on mushrooms, I was driving back from Russ's house back in the day, and I'm coming down the 110, and I would always take the 105 out to Manhattan Beach when I was out there. And I don't know if you know, the transition from the 110 to the 105 is a long turn.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I remember starting the turn, and my next memory was up at Crenshaw.
Ooh.
I went full autopilot for about 2 miles.
That'll happen. That's real shit. I've done that before. I've definitely done that.
And all the lights on, it was at night, so the freeway lights, those were all just like fuzz balls.
I know it.
Oh my God.
It was great.
And we got Ibis up in here. He's saying this is too much brochure for one picture.
Oh, man.
It's a lot of brochure right there.
I like your style.
Legendary brochure right there. Look at Sam Elliott's tie, bro. They put the thinnest, tightest knot on his shit. Whoever did that tie is good. I mean, to get it that small right there.
That's 80s.
It's a small tie, too.
Well, yeah, especially for the collar he's wearing right there. It's not meant for a big old tie.
But look at the perfect cut of Sam's brochure.
Yeah, he's got his well-groomed brochures right there, bro.
Yeah.
Of those two dudes right there in that picture, though, at that time, Tom Selleck was the man.
Yup.
Don't trip.
Look at that.
Don't ever front on Tom Selleck, bro. Ever in your life.
That's
he was the man when he was the man.
That's
He was the dude.
That's Mr. Brosha right there to everyone.
Look at them brows they got, too.
Yep.
That's some strong brows.
Strong brow.
Niggas look a little.
What was his car? Magnum PI was a Ferrari, right?
Yep, it was a Rari.
A Rari.
And Elliot, he was mostly on horses.
Yeah.
On a Mustang.
And his boy had a helicopter.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, next.
And next up in here, we got Justin the Tree saying, I can picture Steph Tone doing this as a kid. Me and the boys rolling into Waffle House at 2 a.m. drunk as shit. What the fuck is up, Denny's? Just performing a little concert.
Hi.
Have you seen it? You've seen the clip? It's amazing.
These kids do a little concert at Denny's and they just destroy the entire building.
What the fuck is up, Denny's? It's so good.
Hey, speaking of rocking out, I want to, before we go into the next one, I want to show y'all something that I came across. Do you got that, Bolton?
I know what you're talking about. System of a Down one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Check this. If they ever need a new singer, this guy right here all the way.
Bring it.
I want to. Why you leave the game on the table? I want to. And don't think you're trans.
Look at the headband.
Myself around your sweet side. I create when angel desnudo.
He'll sell out Staples 2 nights in a row, easy.
All right.
This is too good.
It's so good.
I create.
Look at the headband, though.
Oh, man.
Headband is everything.
That's a lot right there. His name is Tongo. He's from Peru. Salute to him. All right. Next.
I actually got another one that you sent in here, too.
Oh, all right.
When you try drink with the Mexicans.
Oh, yeah. Go to a Mexican party, dog. You better be able to drink. Oh, had to carry old boy out right here, Mike. It's like, oh, let me just take the homie out.
Oh, this.
That's a risky move right there. You could definitely get thrown up on with that.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
I like the dad here trying to explain to the kid, no, you don't ever do that when you get older.
That's what happens when you have too many pistos, mijo. All right?
Stop fucking around.
Pace yourself.
Pace yourself.
All right.
We all know that. We all been to parties where we did not pace ourselves.
Oh, that we've all been.
Woo!
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
Did not pace myself.
Yes.
Man.
I've definitely been there.
And next up in here, we got Dab Father up in here. He's having a little smoke.
All right.
And after smoking, he's having a little pokey.
All right.
Okay.
Smoke and poke.
Smoky pokey. Smoke and poke.
The old smoke and poke, huh?
Everybody loves a little smoke and poke.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Bring it.
And next up in here, we got Bubba Kush up in here saying the A+ are getting huge.
Salute. Look at that, Bubba. Damn.
Hey, man.
A strong 6.
Jesus.
That's beyond moderate right there. folks.
Yeah, that's beyond moderate.
Oh, man. That's like.
Right there, you going out on a UFO for a ride.
Oh my God! When you put that in perspective, look at that. Damn. Now, when you look, yeah, that's
Man.
yeah, that's monster. You could,
So Steph, don't do that much. My first time. Don't do that.
you're gonna be in another galaxy.
That's 48 hours of something.
Yeah,
You could
right?
be in
2
a
days.
whole other galaxy.
48 to 72 hours later.
You may not even. You may never come back.
What if you chop that up in a burger? Like making a burger.
Still going to hit you hard.
Yeah, you got hits too.
That whole thing. You don't come back from that.
I mean, the cap alone. The cap alone.
Cap alone will have
You have to take these in small doses. Moderate doses. You can't take that whole thing.
Mm-mm,
If you do,
just 2 or 3 bites.
you ain't
plenty.
you ain't coming back for a while.
Well, he looks like he's been taking a few already.
I'm about to say.
Yeah. You gotta
He might.
break it
He
up.
might have. I don't know.
Someone might have walked in the room and he was talking to them and doing some settings.
That's just fucking huge. All right, next.
Good explanation.
And we got Red Boy up in here, and he's saying, received my Cypress Hill cat the other day, and then I went shopping and came across the Dr. Greenthumb Funko.
Nice.
Boom, bang.
Broncos.
I'm actually doing a signing in Monterey Park on the 11th.
On Sunday.
But
Yep.
only 10.
No,
Word up.
I'll be there from 2 to 4. If you got a Funko, boom, bang. There it is.
Broncos.
Awesome.
Don't bring 10 at a time.
No fucking way.
And we got Jux up in here asking, exactly how high are you planning to get today?
Wow.
Giraffe up in space.
Well, wouldn't that be something?
That would.
All right, next.
And we got Jux up in here getting ready for the holiday, saying he's going to be stoned alone.
All right.
And we got Jesse up in here saying, made sure I was set for work tonight. Gonna get some joints and edibles, and shout to E-Zone.
Watch that cushy punch.
He's doing a
That'll
little
get
work.
you, bro.
He's doing a lot right
That's
here.
the full spectrum right there. Okay. Oh, yeah. Watch that.
Hey, I like full spectrum. I'll tell you what, man.
Oh, they're great, but I'm saying don't go too hard on those. Them cushy punches hit.
No, what you gotta do is like, if you need sleep, you take those before you go to sleep. You'll even feel it hit your body if you take enough of them. You'll be in your sleep and bang.
I know we can't get an answer to it, but that was not all for one night at work.
No,
Bring it.
Ain't no one have a job
No
after
way.
that night.
no. Those are just the options he's got.
I mean, just that little beverage.
He may have consumed a combination of all of them a little bit,
Man.
but to use all of it,
Mm.
yeah, that's monster.
Yeah.
All right.
We got this one sent in. Not a single soul can tell me ghosts aren't real now.
Oh, yeah.
So I will say I'm stupid for drinking. That knife fell out of that little fucking knife container.
Whoa!
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah. That part.
Thingy. No.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
No. Is this all because dude? This is getting dangerous, bro. You're gonna cut yourself. You need to be careful. Fucking no.
What are you guys' thoughts
Actually,
on
okay.
this?
So I will say I'm stupid for drinking. That knife fell out of that little fucking knife container thingy.
So what do you think about it?
He's got the old man
I
at
don't
his
know.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got an old man. I don't think it's fake. I don't think it's fake.
It has potential for fake, but it doesn't look fake.
Yeah.
That's a real. Yeah, that knife just popped out and flipped and then landed like on the floor. Like,
That was the second knife, though. Like
he had just talked about one before, right?
Well, he said he fucked up with the first knife. You know what I mean? Because he's loaded. Right? He's explaining that as the second, the knife pops out of the thing.
That knife fell out of that little fucking knife container thingy.
Oh,
Did it
okay.
stick
Yeah,
in the
okay,
ground or
so
did
he-
it just
okay.
land?
It's
So
stuck in the ground.
So
it looks
he-
like it's stuck.
So he is
No.
saying that the first knife came
No.
out of the.
No. Is this all because, dude, this is getting dangerous, bro. You're gonna cut yourself. You need to be careful.
But that
Fucking
knife's
no.
stuck in the ground.
Yeah.
Actually, oh, what the fuck just happened? Right in front of my fucking face. Fucking shit.
Woo wee! Look at that. Ah. Real quick.
Those aren't even the kind of knives you throw to stick in the
Yeah,
ground.
and look, and there's no string, there's no nothing on it.
It's a regular old fucking
Holy
knife
shit, dude.
container thingy.
Somebody mad at you, man.
Unless there's a little.
No, it's not. I just want,
Message.
Yeah, that shit don't like
Nobody
you.
ain't happy with what
Get
you
out
done
of
in their
there,
crib,
son.
man.
Yeah, flying knives.
Get your ass up out of there, Mai.
Flying knives.
You
ain't-
ain't taking care of my car I left you, man.
that ain't empty beer cans. That's different.
That's scary though.
Yeah.
Holy
Yo, that's
shit, dude.
different.
Yeah. Man.
Imagine you're drunk, that happens.
Oh, that's great. That's scary, man.
On mushrooms.
Oh,
or
even
on
worse.
mushrooms, yeah.
Yeah, man. You would just be like so focused in on it.
I'd be like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're wearing shoes.
For real.
Yeah.
That'd be the worst.
That knife would have went right into your shoe.
Right
Yeah, for
into his.
sure.
Yeah.
Got to wear them steel toe boots.
How boot that?
Still boats.
Nah.
You got some
That
chucks
shit
on?
starts happening, you better call a shaman to get that shit right up out of there.
Get the fuck out!
But first, call Zach and the Ghost Adventurers. Get an episode out of it.
Yep.
Bring it.
Exactly. All right.
And that seems to be it so far.
All right. Thank you very much for those. We appreciate your submissions. Keep them coming to BRealTVContest@gmail.com, and we will run them gladly. They've been getting good, so thank you very much. We're about to open up the doors to the Insane Asylum. That means y'all in the live chat, if you got a question, shout out, comment, suggestion, do it.
Welcome to the Insane Asylum.
Let's do this.
All right, let's do this. First one up of the day, we got DJ DeLizard up in the super chat saying, because of yesterday's show, today I took a microdose cap in the morning before going to the gym. It hit me like a motherfucker. It got so hyped that I ran 11 kilometers on the treadmill. And he said he ended up watching the show again from yesterday.
Awesome. Salute to you. Give him a round. Yeah.
Right.
Bolton, how many miles is 11 kilometers?
6
6 miles?
around
It
there.
is like about 7 miles, 6.83.
He got lost in it. That's good, man.
Damn.
Salute to you.
Well done.
It's feeling good.
It's a good walk.
Yep.
He's just pumping that through the system. Just pump it.
He burned some calories on that microdose, baby.
Bring it.
And we got Mr. Funky up in here saying, can't lie, we've had some great guests and episodes, but yesterday's show was something else.
It was timeless.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go when I go home tonight. I gotta watch when I get home.
Oh, dude.
We hit
I
a
got to watch
different
this now.
mark in terms of funny.
Yeah.
Well done.
That's how it is when we're kicking it with Hank.
Yeah.
Same
Oh, that's hilarious, bro.
Holy shit, dude.
All right.
And we got Jibby up in here saying you're allowed to smoke at the rooftop Pier 17 in New York City. I was openly smoking during the Deftones.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
What's the rule in New York? You can smoke wherever you smoke cigarettes, you can smoke some weed.
Yep.
Dope.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's pretty much almost everywhere.
That's most everywhere.
Smoke weed every day.
Hell yeah.
all day.
What about that weed etiquette though?
What do you mean?
I mean, do people have weed etiquette in New York? They just gonna blow it anywhere?
Smoke.
Unfortunately, we know the answer to that.
Yeah, they don't care.
But
Yeah.
Some people got it.
Yeah.
A lot of people
A
don't.
lot
They
of
don't.
people don't.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
They'll be blazing right in front of the kids.
They don't care.
Yep.
I blaze in front of kids, though. I ain't even try to front.
I think we all have. I have.
It smells like tour.
But you know, better. Yeah, better than cigarettes.
True.
Sorry.
Better than cigarettes.
It is.
We got Crazy Maine up in here asking, when are Bobo and Callie Blaze going to do a Stundin flip-off?
Well, I think Bobo's still in training to get his feet back. But I would say probably in another month or so when Bobo's like completely 100% Bobo lungs again.
Don't play with Bobo.
Don't play.
Don't play with Bobo.
You know
I
what?
think that flip off will happen. Soon enough.
I'm gonna throw cash down on Cali Blaze. I mean,
I mean, he's
205 is a strong figure.
That is a strong number. It's really who's gonna fall asleep after, and it's
we know who's.
We already know who's gonna fall asleep after.
Yeah, that's one contestant is already handicapped.
True. Next.
And we got Jesus22 up in here saying, my first hot box was in a rusted out El Camino parked at the mobile gas station on Firestone in California. And he's saying the city is corrupt by the way.
No doubt. Well, they used to be. I can't say for the people who run it now because I haven't been there and I don't know.
No, there's some corruption now.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Before you had it was a little Southgate was a little different. It was ran a little bit different.
It was covered different.
But there's a lot of it. There's more of it now.
Yeah, you got more corruption now. They've had some issues in Southgate.
I bet.
So.
And we got Bastic DJ up in here saying, it's good to see you guys rocking the turntables rather than the controllers on Twitch.
Yeah, no.
There it is, see?
No controllers. We do that when we have to. If someone invites us to spin a set and they don't have the setup, they maybe go on the controllers. But nah, our setup has to be what we do. What these bros right here taught me.
Technique 1200s. Forever.
Always.
Why would you want anything else?
Why would you want anything else?
They're the best.
I mean, for one, they just look perfect.
It's pretty much been the perfect turntable still to this day.
To this day. Which ones though?
To this day.
I'll tell you what,
the
those
black ones,
the
or the gray
MKs,
ones?
the MKs are,
Yeah.
they're to me my favorites. It's like a Cadillac. But the ones I'm using, they're not the MKs. Those are like put away now.
The black techniques versus the gray. Which one?
Black.
I like the gray ones.
The gray is the traditional.
Yeah, I
one.
like
Tradition, but I like the black ones.
The black ones look
I like
great.
I like the black ones.
Black ones look sleek.
Yeah.
Especially if you got the matted black ones. Oh my god.
Ooh, yeah.
Those are hard.
Yeah. But the gray ones just look so official too. When you get a brand new pair and you just put them together.
They do.
What's up?
I get it.
Not a drop of dust on it anywhere.
They're great.
Well, that's the thing with the gray. Yeah, you'll see the dust with the gray.
Not as much as the black.
Yeah, it's true that.
With the glossy black, with the matted black, you don't see it as much. It's the same. Next.
And we got Young Stu Beats up in here saying he recently just started taking mushrooms and he loves the microdoses.
Yeah.
Nope.
There you go.
More folks are microdosing.
Are they going to legalize?
It is legal.
Oh, it is legal.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do mushrooms now. Okay.
Yes,
I didn't know that.
It's been decriminalized in a lot of parts of like I know Oakland.
Yeah, people are trying to figure
Is it
out
legal or
where and how.
No,
criminalized?
It's legal.
Both.
It's legal. Oh,
You can buy them as a supplement.
Yo, G,
okay.
I think G's ready.
Yeah.
I think you ready, right?
Yeah, all right, yeah, let's go.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
If
All
it's
right.
micro. you
Okay,
know,
we're gonna
yeah.
have we're gonna have a Tuesday tip. You know what I'm saying?
No, I won't do it live with y'all on no show. Flo. One step at a time, bro. Hold on, bro. You already putting the date in the calendar.
Are you available?
We'll put up a little disclaimer.
It's like the 18th. You're taking 2 microdoses.
Oh man, it'll be the most open show ever. I
man.
tried to tell you. All right. Next.
And we got Papa Fury up in here saying the thing that sucks about today's culture is the emphasis on your image and your Instagram clout, which is utter bullshit. Focus on sound and not image.
That's true.
Real.
I tell you that the Instagram thing is like it's almost a false sense of what you really have because like only really 10%, if that, maybe 7% of the people react that might be following you, right? So like if you put up a flyer to a show and you got 1 million followers or 2 million, you got to figure that that's scattered throughout the world. It's not concentrated in one place. So like a small percentage of your followers that might be in that region might go. And the rest, they might like the damn thing or not, but it's never going to have an indication of how much traction you got through putting out that flyer on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They would have to do some kind of a thing where people coming in. So how'd you hear about the gig?
Mm-hmm.
Like, where'd you hear it from? Did you get it like from hand-to-hand flyer? Did you hear it from Instagram, Facebook, or what other platform? To really know where, you know, how they're getting the info from, or if they're going directly to your website to get the info, right? Because realistically, sometimes, I mean, even like just as an example here, right? We could post up shit saying we're going live on Instagram, that we're going live here for this show to Instagram, and put up the links and all that stuff. The Instagram folks will not come here, right? And the same thing as it goes for YouTube. You could say, hey, follow us over here on Instagram, but a lot of them don't even fuck with Instagram, so there's not much traction going back and forth, like the cross-platform type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's basically to its own. So whatever you put on Instagram has to just be for Instagram.
Right.
Like when you're trying to cross-platform and bring them to another place, they're sort of stuck there. There's certain people that will come and go, but most stay on that platform.
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
We came from a time when there was no platforms. We had flyers. We told the homies. We called them up.
Yep.
We went and did like our YouTube, Instagram, whatever what we want to call social media nowadays was what we went and did in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you could I bet that you have better chance doing something in real life right now than you would if you was trying to promote on social media.
Yeah, you know, it's just it's a different viewer,
Mm-hmm.
right? Where people here that watch this show, they can watch the whole damn show. They'll stick with us. They'll ride with us the 2 hours if they can, and if they can't, they'll come back and watch it, right? Whereas like the Instagram viewer, they want that shit in a minute and that's it. They don't want no more than that. It's like for a short, you know, short burst.
Clips.
Same thing
Yeah,
with
short clip.
TikTok and the other ones. It's
Platform,
short
yeah.
flip, right? Where
Short
this
clip
is
platform,
long
yeah.
form platform right here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the difference. So that's why you like when we try to call people that are on that short term platform over to the long form, they won't go.
No,
Well, they're too busy swiping away.
And,
Sure.
and the people from the long form to come to the short form like that, they're like, well, there's really nothing to that. I can't really get something from that
Yeah, from minute clip.
that I can't get over here.
Yeah.
Because they could find the minute clips here on YouTube as well. I mean, they're in shorts, they're in stories, the same damn thing. It all starts here, you know. So when you think about that, you know, does that fan base really react only on there? Because if it relates to even like, let's just take it out of links, and we'll get through this because we got more to take. But let's just say you were trying to sell tickets to a show. If they knew how to geo-target your fan base, that like your followers that are in that region, that would be useful, because then, you know, you just target that city and not the rest, because then it's so spread out that you're not going to get the results that you want. And people don't like seeing flyers on Instagram. They just don't. Not on the main feed.
That's what I've heard, is that people now are starting to like they don't really like flyers on IG.
No.
It's more about reels and
reels. Like
memes.
if you're better off taking the flyer and you doing it live, reading it. Not like you're holding it up, reading it, but I'm saying like
Just you doing it live, yeah.
you're plugging the gig live with the video rather than putting up the visual flyer. They don't want to see that. There's nothing to that. It's boring. That like fucks up your algorithm. Anyway, I've went too far. Let's go to the next one.
What do you mean?
And we got Uncle Phil up in here in the super chat asking, how can I get my Funko signed? I'm all the way in Florida.
Ooh, well, it's either when I come down there or you come down here.
One or the other.
Or you said it.
You got to fly to that Funko signing coming up.
Yep, December 11th.
And we got Midget Mike up in here saying, or we got Megan up in here saying, be real, did you get my early Xmas gift yet?
Yeah, that was the electric fly swatter on your desk.
Oh, yes, thank you. That's awesome. We could use that here at the table. But me thinks that if E-Zone gets a hold of it, he's gonna shock somebody's ass with it.
Oh, yeah, himself.
God damn it!
It won't be himself. We already know.
You got to get shocked if you curse.
Yeah.
And we got Midget Mike up in here saying 1 for Les, 1 for Julio, and 1 for Ra Ra. Pay up and come on, son.
Pour me up, please.
I gotta pay. What I gotta do?
Julio's he doesn't have to do this, but we know that Leezy and Ra Ra definitely got to do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't drink alcohol.
But-
man. Thank you.
Yeah, you could take flips if you want, but like
Bring it.
Ra Ra owes.
What
You already took yours, right?
What you got there?
This is tequila.
You don't got no whiskey?
Yeah, the guy. Here he comes.
Maybe in the cupboards.
To your right.
Come on, Ray.
I'm good.
We jammed them
Oh
up.
no, I got whiskey right here.
Get over here, bro.
And I was going to say, too, next up in here, we got Jesus22 again saying, when a stunning comes along.
You must flip it.
There we go.
There
You
goes
must flip it.
there goes for Ra Ra. And you wanted whiskey, no?
Yeah.
I'm the bartender and host.
Tip the bartender.
Oh, you got Jamie right here too. Jamie's crying. Did you know that?
Crying.
Come on. You got to give me one for that. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We got-
Jamie's crying. Can
we
you
got
pass
Mr.
this over, Jeezy?
We got Mr. Funky up in here saying the next GTM performance is going to be a Mecha Deca dose of mushrooms and perform.
Oh, boy. That's
Oh,
not a
word?
bad idea.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I'd almost be certainly down for that.
Bring it.
Almost.
And we got Mr. Funky back up in here again saying can't have tacos without some cowbell.
Damn. Okay.
You know,
Ready with that.
I
got a
coulda-
fever.
I could have had tacos without that cowbell.
We still can.
I mean, we still can.
That was a very loud cowbell.
And from the conversation earlier, we got Chief Token up in here saying stay out of trouble, guys, and say hello to your mother.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Word
Absolutely.
up.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom. Rest in peace.
And we got Shady Time saying he did mushrooms on Saturday, and it was an amazingly good time.
Right on. Gotta have a good time.
Yeah.
And we got M Kush G up in here saying Taco Tuesday. You know the BREALTV crew is going to eat some bomb barbecue tacos from Bart's.
Mr. Bots.
The bars for sure.
Hell yeah.
It's about to go down.
And we got Juicy Jules up in here saying Julio and Steph Tone got those smooth, calming radio voices.
One of us is a true professional.
Let's start a show,
Yeah.
Steph. Me and you. Come on, Steph. Let's start a side radio show.
Do it.
This is Julio G.
Big Steph coming in the morning.
Yo!
6 a.m.
Rockin'.
I've listened.
I took some mushrooms. What about you?
That'll work.
We be killing it, brother.
And we got California 420 up in here saying peace and love to the Greenthumb crew. And he's saying psychedelics are not meant for everyone.
Nope.
I met someone who committed suicide under the influence of psilocybin mushrooms.
Ooh.
Because they were going through some things.
They got
Yeah.
you real in the battlefield.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
That's the
Yeah, you
thing
don't
I'm
want
talking.
that.
That's the thing
Yeah.
I'm talking about. Like if
So,
you got
so your dosage needs to be correct for what you're doing. You
Right.
don't need to. That's why you need to have a coach, kind of coach. you
yes,
through.
a guide there with
Yeah,
you.
it's
that
good
can
for you,
talk
but don't overdose on it because you're gonna do too much. So I feel you.
Yes, if you got issues, you got to work through those before you take a lot of it.
Yeah.
And if you're going to take a lot of it, you got to have a guide with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Important.
like someone that's got issues like that, that it's crossed your mind before and you're in a depressed state of mind and you take too much mushrooms, it's not that you're going to overdose, but it's going to put you in a dark place because you're already in there.
Bad trip.
In your subconscious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you want to be in a good place. And if you got issues, deal with them before you fuck around with it.
Right.
I'd like to say, just even expand on that. I mean, that applies for every single thing.
True.
exists.
Absolutely.
True.
It's not all for everybody. not all information's for everybody, you know, and it's so easy to lose track of that kind of reality. But you know, sometimes you just gotta pump those brakes.
Listen, when you know what you're dealing with, you know, you have to push lightly. You know, for a long time, I didn't do mushrooms because I knew I had things in my head that if I got there, like if I wasn't in the right scenario doing the mushrooms, I'd let that get to me and it would take me to a dark place. So I didn't mess with them until I was like over that. You know what I mean?
Darkness.
And once I got over it and I was past that point, I can enjoy mushrooms again and be like, all right, I'm going to kick back and enjoy the ride and feel good and be open again, as opposed to holding something that I had, you know,
drama,
like so tight that like I was going to allow my trip to be about that in the end. Because that's what it does, man. It amplifies that. Whatever is in the back of your mind, in the back of your subconscious, whether it's some things you're angry about, things you're insecure about, things you're depressed about, it will all go into that.
Wow.
If you let it. You know what I mean? If you're not over it, if you're not past it, it'll be about that.
That's the whole point of going on a trip, whether it be physical, spiritual, you know, emotional, whatever you're about to, you know, visual, whatever you're about to experience. It's supposed to be fun. If you got stuff that's gonna not make it fun, then you don't go do those things.
Yeah, not without a guide that can bring you back, that can reel you back in and be like, "Yo, breathe."
Yo, G.
Yeah.
You need the shrooms for beginners.
For sure.
Dude,
the
there-
baby
The
step.
micro,
The micro, the baby micro.
the baby micro.
Dude, there was a moment after the show when we were still kind of coming down, but we're still very active. But I was just laughing my ass off on the couch reading this meme over and over, just finding it super funnier every time I read it. And I was like, this is brilliant. And I laughed by myself really for like 5 minutes.
You saw the upside of something simple.
Yes.
That's good. That's good though. I feel like for people that go through depression, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of, it's just, you know, I feel good that there's something for people for that, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
There's
Help you
just-
out to put you in a better mood.
There's just certain substances that will give you the meaning of life, and that's one of them.
That is. You're right.
Do that.
That's right.
Awesome.
And we got STL Batman up in here saying, have y'all tried Bodega Cat Whiskey? It's from comedians Mark Normand and Joe List.
Well, now we got to try it that you brought it up.
Never heard of
Mark's funny.
Bring it.
We have not.
And we got Uncle Phil up in here saying, I can definitely send the box of my Funko if that's cool for a signing.
Send your email us at BRealTVcontests@gmail.com. We'll have someone make sure that we receive it and send it back to you. We're going to need your return address and all that.
And we got Midget Mike up in here saying, if you could only bring one song to a party, what will it be?
Wang Chung.
Wang Chung.
Everybody Wang Chung tonight.
Oh, that one?
Oh, that's Groove?
Let's groove tonight.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That just set off
Yeah,
Eddie
that is
Parker.
a good one. How about you, Julio?
In the club, 50 Cent.
In the club?
Ooh, nice.
How about you?
Me? What about doom 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 doom?
Dun, 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 dun.
Ham on it.
How about for all the wallflowers? No parking, baby.
Nice.
No parking on the dance floor.
Party is popping.
Oh, you gonna pop it all night.
Do 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 do.
Hey,
That was the Midnight Star, bro. That's the jam.
I would pick either Genius of Love, Tom Tom Club, or More Bounce to the Ounce.
All right.
Both fantastic.
You wouldn't go wrong with neither.
Never will
Either
play out.
one.
I love those records that like will never play as much as I want them to play out. I'm so sick of More Bounce to the Ounce. Then I hear it again, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it's not over yet. like that record is. I love those records. They stood like the the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a time, man.
Yeah, for sure, for
It's
sure.
still ahead of its time.
I mean, look how much Roger just impacted with what he did out of Ohio. Like the whole West Coast was impacted just from this
Oh, yeah.
guy in Parliament. Those two right there were basically the the foundation of West Coast hip hop,
True that.
gangster rap comes from Roger Troutman and Funkadelic.
Yep.
100.
George Clinton.
Scat band's
Straight
from
up.
Ohio too, right?
I think
so.
they might have
I
been.
think
yeah.
so. Yeah.
I feel like they were from like Cleveland.
I
I
believe
think so. They might be right. Yeah. Yeah.
They were dope.
Man.
All right. Yeah, how many more we got?
We just got a couple left. Should be good.
All right.
We got Adam up in here saying heard Cypress Hill was going to be at a NASCAR event. Salute for bringing hip hop to Bolton's family.
I love NASCAR. NASCAR is great.
Yes. We are going to be playing a short set for NASCAR fans, and we're excited to do it. It's something different for us and something different for NASCAR. I know that Ice Cube did it, so he was like, the first.
It wasn't Sendog in the NASCAR, right?
He's into NASCAR.
Sendog, he's always telling me about that.
That's
I'm
the
into
thing.
NASCAR. I watched that race last year.
Yeah,
earlier this year.
Sen will go to races when they're here, and I've been to one race out over on the east side. I can't remember what track it was, but yeah, we're doing it, and there's folks like, why is Cypress Hill doing it, and this and that, but hey, look, we always put ourselves in situations where motherfuckers might question, but we're gonna rip it for you no matter what. You know what I'm saying? There was this dude out there on some YouTube channel out there talking about there's more relevant groups than Cypress Hill. Like Ed Sheeran could play this and this.
What? They don't want
these guys. They might be
right now. They want Cypress
They might
Hill.
be great on the West Coast and people love them there. Hometown. And I'm like, is this fucking guy kidding me? I mean, he obviously didn't do the homework. But look, for the doubters, we're just gonna come splash the set in your face, and you're gonna get wet either way. So,
There it is, man.
Shout out Damon, Smoking Scan. That's how I got into NASCAR.
yeah, we're like the big guy jumping in the deep side of the pool. You're gonna get splashed.
That event's
right.
really a party anyway.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
hip hop and sports.
So just enjoy the drive. Next one, if we got it.
Well, last one up here, we got Dominic Jones saying, yesterday I haven't laughed that hard since the episode 420 with Aton's throbbing toe.
Yeah,
That was pretty good too.
that was good.
That's great.
Yeah, that was good.
He's also saying, awesome mix in the morning, C-.
Toe throbber.
Oh yeah, I did a Black Sabbath mix this morning.
Hell yeah. Salute.
Yeah.
I think you got one more.
And we got Javi G up in here saying, burn rubber from Daz is dope. Much love, Dr. Greenthumb show.
From the Daz band.
That's Gap Band.
No, that's Gap Band. Yeah, why did he put Daz?
Yeah.
I tripped out on the guy from Nirvana, the drummer, right? He was talking to Pharrell.
Dave Grohl.
Yeah, Dave Grohl. And I did not know that. And I love Nirvana so much. And he straight gave it up and said he got those clack from the Gap Band.
Yeah.
And I never put those two together.
Yeah, that's right.
And I grew up on Gap Band so tough. I was upset at myself. I said, how come I never put that together? And I'm thinking, I love Nirvana. I love both of these groups so much.
Yeah.
How did I never put that together? But he straight said, I give it up to Dave Grohl because he ain't no liar. He gave it up.
No, he gave it up.
He said something, the dude Thompson or whatever. He said when he met him, he told him, I got that from you, man.
Yeah.
And that's where that comes from.
Yeah. He was always like when I was touring with him, he was always telling me how much like he came up on the DC go-go scene. So being that he lived there, he's constantly like punk and go-go were the same thing. And so they often had shows where they would, they'd cross-pollinate.
Yeah.
So he was always like, he loved hearing go-go. He would be like, oh yeah, I grew up on this.
I love go-go too, yeah.
But funk and stuff, like he would listen to Gap Band. He was like, he told me, he was like, dude, no one never knows, but that's the Gap Band.
That's straight Gap Band. And then when it's a clack, I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Blew my mind, bro.
Those are the hidden gems, man.
Yep.
And like when artists talk about stuff like that and open the box like that, man, it stokes people. Like they're like, like it did for you. Like it gets them excited.
Sure. After all these years, I never would have put that together, bro.
Well, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
man.
Word up, man. We want to thank everybody for getting down with us here on the Dr. Greenthumb Show. We do it Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the start, 5 p.m. Eastern. It's live, all right? So we want to thank everybody for joining us and spread the word out. Share it out. Let people know. Before you go, smash that like, crack the subscribe, and the all notification bell do us that favor, please, and leave comments, all that shit. You know how we do over here. And welcome to our community if you're new for the first time. And salute to the people in the Insane Asylum, our 5150s, our Twitch ward, the Psycho ward over there, and the Discordians. Hello to y'all and people watching from our home site, BREAL.TV, man. It's all about y'all. We love you. Thank you for being a part of this shit. Catch this on the replay on Apple Music and Spotify. The Dr. Greenthumb podcast is what you're going to look for to catch it, all right? And make sure that if you're on Twitch right now, if you're watching us through Twitch, stay tuned in. We're going to jump in that mix right now, Psycho, Leezy, and myself, and pop it off for you. B_RealTV is the place, like it says right under that.
Watch out.
All right, we invite you. Julio, got any shout-outs?
Shout out to everybody tuned in the Insane Asylum. All my people's in there, and everybody checking us out. Of course, all my people over at LA Kush. Much love, man. I'll catch y'all next week, man. Peace.
Easy.
Shout out everybody on the check. Shout out everybody here. Salute. And if you're checking for the merch, thepsycholessshop.com, and that's what it is. Get ready for this mix. Squeeze.
Shout the Insane Asylum. Thank you guys so much. Shout to Ray Morning Shot Films. Shout to the Dominator. And shout to Julio G. What's up, Steph Tone?
Yeah, what up? Shout out Mark Sargent, Karen B, David Weiss, C-, B, Julio G, Psycho Leezy, Bolton, Ray, Dom, Aton, Pedro, all the Insane Asylum, the Twitch Ward, the Discordians. Y'all have a good one. Titties.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah, baby! Yeah.
Boom.
C-.
Yeah. Thanks everyone here at the table. Julio, always a pleasure.
Oh, man,
OG.
always a pleasure seeing you, brother.
B, Steph Tone, Psycho Les, Javi Lopez, always in the building. The Dominator, Ray Morning Shot Films, of course, Colton, Aton, OG. I know OG's gonna listen to it like next time. Of course, Pedro, Cali Blaze. He's on everyone, man. Yesterday was really fun and it was awesome to do. So, yeah, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., catch me in the mix.
Dustin and Taco Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, Dustin, too. Yeah, what up, Dustin? And a shout out to my mom. I love you, Mom.
Be filled with love and positivity and good blessings. Stay with it. Love is the key. No boof, no negativity. Do one for your friends. Do one for your family. Do one for you. And believe that you can. Swallow that.
Yep.